Awesome. Welcome to tonight's Platinum Dynasty Evolution Travel webinar, Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for chiming in tonight. And we're very excited for tonight's training. And I definitely want to jump right into the training because we have an amazing, powerful speaker that is on the line. And not only that, he has had the, how can I say, the honor and privilege of training, and it's my honor and privilege to bring him on, but he has been able to train under a small guy that you might know, maybe Tony Robbins. You guys know who Tony Robbins is? Type in the chat box yes if you have heard of Tony Robbins. If you haven't checked out his Netflix documentary, I Am Not Your Guru, definitely that is something to watch if you haven't already. I think I'm due for another one of those to rewatch it. But he trains under him, and I got a chance to see him live in action, and I'm talking about our guest speaker. And he is phenomenal, okay? I was only with him for less than an hour, but his energy, the positive frequency that he brings out of people, the room was definitely a little bit drawn back, but once he got up, did his thing, you know that he is definitely someone that has been doing this for a long time. And let me go ahead and find our speaker here, and we will make sure you guys get your pens and paper out, okay? Let me see where he's at. Here he goes. Awesome. Family, I want to bring you guys onto the line tonight out of San Jose, and he's been traveling here and there and going so many different places. And I'm excited to bring to you on the line, Mr. Scott Gass. How are you, sir?
Hey, Derrick. How you doing, man? Great introduction, by the way. Lovely introduction. Thank you.
Doing awesome. How's your day go today?
It's amazing, man. It's amazing. So it's amazing when you learn how to be able to set it up for success. So you learn how to be able to think right, act right, do the right things. And then, you know, barring amazing or tragic things, your life is going to go pretty darn well every single day when you actually intend it and you do the right things to make it happen.
Absolutely. So let's get into, we're going to keep it, pretty laid back. We're going to do some question and answering. And, let's go ahead and maybe share with the Evolution Travel family here. Give us a quick background. How did you get involved in personal development? How did you get involved in working with Tony Robbins, things of that nature?
So I tell people all the time, I'm really almost like you would say in your business, a product of the product, right? So myself personally, I'm from a very, very small town in Maryland. Not much happening, very small town, very small mindsets, and a lot of limiting beliefs. So a lot of people I grew up around had a lot of limitations around money, around health, around opportunity. And, after I got out of my small town, I joined the military. And then after joining the military, I got out in 2004, and then I found Tony Robbins. And I talk about like life before and life after Tony, because I'm really a true testament. I believe how I can take, being overweight, having low confidence, having financial stress in my life, having bad relationships, and really being able to poison myself many times, my mind and my body, with bad things. And just being able to, get the right training, the right mentor with Tony, life has really transformed for me over the last decade of my life.
Absolutely. And, when we were talking you shared with us that you actually went on a 5-day just completely water fast, just drinking water. And I remember I did the same thing with
nice.
And I actually asked her how many days did we do, because I forget from time to time. We actually did 7 days.
Whoa!
Yes, it was crazy. The first 3 days were crazy. But can you talk about how that ties into having a powerful mindset? And not only that,
yeah.
how to have a powerful mindset in building this business, as we know that you've probably done a lot of trainings, especially for a network marketing company. So can you tap into that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I shared this with the team last weekend, and I think it's important to really share. Most people join great companies like Evolution Travel, and they believe 100% in the product. They believe in the leadership. They believe in the compensation plan. People are making money. They believe in the program. And they also believe in network marketing. They may know people that are in this field that are doing well, But really the gap, for most people is really having that belief in themselves, to really believe that they can be able to have the travel, have the lifestyle, make the impact, make the money, get the freedom that they truly want and deserve. The challenge around that is really getting over unconscious beliefs that may hold us back, or unconscious limiting beliefs. Because most people, especially your company, your company is all about culture, your training is through the roof. I love how you guys actually even have to watch a training video as part of, once you sign up, which is amazing. So your training's through the roof. So people know what to do and support's everywhere, but why don't they do it? And it really comes down to psychology and belief system. And the game is, I believe, not only in life, but also in this business, is how can you grow to be able to accept the success that you're looking for. And an old statement that I've said many times, and I'll say it many times in my lifetime, is for us to become a person we've never been in our business. Like for you, let's for example, for you, Derrick. So have you ever made $1 million a year before in commission sales?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Right. So you're on your way there, right? Which is great. So, and you're a student too. You're a student of personal growth. So for us to be able to achieve something we never achieved, you got to become a person you've never been. So for you to be able to accept that $1 million a year of potential income or residual income in your life, you have to be able to grow mentally, right? Emotionally, physically, spiritually, to become better, to accept that. So really for your business, the game is, how can you become stronger in your psychology? How can you become stronger in your mindset? And that's where, the water fast comes in play. I did 5 days. Now you did 7. Congratulations. So I'm like, I need to get 2 more days in. But I did it to grow. And that's a way to really get undercover. Well, first thing, you got to uncover what's stopping you. It's awareness. What is our limiting beliefs? What is our stories that are around money, success, fear, whatever it may be? And then you got to be able to do something different, i.e. the water fast, walking on fire with Tony Robbins, going to conventions, leading rooms, doing presentations, doing something to be able to step outside of your box, to be able to grow out of uncomfortableness, right? Grow out of fear, right? So I'm sure you were doing, when you did the water fast, were you scared?
Absolutely. I was scared. I
was too.
I was mad. I was happy. I was filet inside of a double quarter pounder with cheese. Like I was so many crazy cravings. And you're actually doing something that's pretty crazy right now to some people, and even to myself, was right now you're on day what for no sugar? Absolutely no sugar, right?
34 days, no sugar. It takes 34 days, no sugar.
Awesome.
No rice, no fruit, no vegetable, of course, no fruit, no rice, no bread, no carbs. No potatoes.
That's awesome. And that is probably, I would say that's probably more difficult than actually doing a water fast. Having no sugar, it's both probably very difficult, but having no sugar for 34 days, that is outstanding. That means no bread, right? You said no fruit.
No bread, yeah. But the thing is, the thing about the water fast I had experience, which is almost like, inviting someone to take a look at the business, right? It's where that you can do it. I knew the 5-day water fast would be good for me, health obviously, but also mentally, and also be able to help me grow. But I still was having that conversation, that conversation in my mind. Like, I want to do it, but then also I'm like, well, I'll do 1 day, then I'll quit. Or I'll do 2 days and I quit. I'll do 3 days and I quit. And it's that conversation, right? And it's the same for your business. It's, you have to be able to get over that little conversation, that little boy, the little girl that says, well, you know what, I'll do it later. Now's not the right time. It's too late. People are at dinner right now, whatever. Nobody's home. They're on vacation, whatever excuses that we use that may stop us, they're simply, for lack of better terms, childish excuses, right? Keeping us exactly where we are right now, because unconsciously our unconscious patterns are so strong, they keep us where we are. So to go forward in your business, we got to be able to, almost like a book I just read called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. So we got to kind of break the habit of being ourselves emotionally, with our behaviors, with our thinking, and also with our actions, of course, to be able to get a better result.
You know what? And you just touched on it, and maybe you could go a little bit deeper into that, as far as what are some habits that maybe you can recommend some of the family here that's on the line to help them better position themselves to have more success in their business?
Well, one thing which I think you guys do a great job, you guys got this thing knocked out, is really the power of proximity. Really hanging out with people that like you. We had an opportunity to hang out with Tony last weekend. All the amazing leaders with Evolution Travel that are really not only traveling, enjoying the product, but also they're crushing it and they're great leaders. So hanging out with the right people, that's huge to be able to change your belief because you shared with me when I first met you, Derrick, that you're a different person now than you were a couple of years ago, right?
Absolutely.
So seeing that from people, that's inspiring. It inspires me, inspires people that are, starting in the business as well. So number one, get around the right people. Number two, you got to be able to do some daily habits, like you said. So, for example, like if me and you decided to work out, me and you went to the gym 6 o'clock, 1 day a week for the whole year, we'd probably get some pretty good results, right? But if we decided to go 5 days a week, right, 6 days a week, every morning, 6 a.m., 365, we're going to look fantastic for the summer, right? We're going to look great. Yeah. But also the byproduct of that is we're going to be able to be sharper, clearer, more confident. We're going to make more money at some avoidable. We're probably going to have better relationships and just a better quality of life by doing consistency. So there's a great book out there by Darren Hardy called The Compound Effect. I think you said you have it, about the daily habits. So I am, for lack of better terms, I am a slave to my habits. So for me personally, if I make a sale or don't make a sale, that, what's more important to me is, did I do my habits? Because I know, for example, our old buddy, Jim Rome, old motivational speaker, he says, when you work harder on yourself than you do your business, that's when you become truly successful, right? When you work hard on yourself. So I get up, my psychology is mentally, physically, emotionally, and also spiritually, how can I be able to expand? So good food, that's a no-brainer. Working out, so I'm going to be able to emotionally strengthen myself, physically strengthen myself. Meditation, it's the cat's been out of the bag, guys. Some of the most successful people in the world meditate, right? 10 minutes, right? 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be crazy meditation, but 15 minutes. I use actually Tony Robbins priming. I can give you guys one thing. Not many people would do it. If you do one thing every single day, the rest of this year will be the best year of your decade. If you get up every single morning and do Tony Robbins 15-minute priming exercise, it's on YouTube. Game changer. It's meditation, gratitude, visualization, energy clearing, and then celebration. Awesome stuff. So how can you get ready in the day? How can you be able to really strengthen yourself? Planning your day is a great one for success, right? Maybe, and here's the psychology. Here's what I see, and you see this too, Derrick. Most people try to do too much and they get burnt out.
Right.
It's not a race. It's a marathon, right? Who cares if you're making, the money you deserve this year or next year? This year would be better, of course, right? If we open it this year, but next year still would be great than never, right? So I believe in consistency, not overstretching yourself, not lying to yourself, not saying we're going to make 100 phone calls this week, which nobody really does, but maybe being honest with ourselves, staying in integrity and doing it, right? And what we're doing, we're building the muscle, right? We're going to the gym, building the reps. Today, we're going to talk to 5 people about our business, right? Next, we're going to talk to maybe 7 people a day about our business. Next week, we're going to go crazy and talk to 10 people a day about our business. And as we do that, we get more confidence and better results too.
Absolutely. So we have a question. Priming, is it Priming? Priming?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So if you go Tony Robbins priming, it's about 15 minutes. It's all over YouTube. There's like three or four different selections. They're all pretty great and short too. The great thing about it is short. You get it in, you get it done, 15 minutes, and you're, like you said, you're vibrating different level. You're just feeling more optimistic, more positive, and just feel better about yourself.
Absolutely. So let's touch on some of the success principles. What are some of your success principles maybe that you could share with everyone on the line, maybe that they can use and put towards their business as well?
All right. Well, pretty much a good pattern to look at is this. What we look at. So what our psychology is. What are we telling ourselves? Our story, our belief systems, what we actually believe on a daily basis about anything in our life, really will create our daily routines, our unconscious emotional patterns. So it simply goes from our belief creates our emotional patterns, right? Our unconscious habits, which could be, drinking a glass of wine at night, drinking a bottle of wine at night, right? Whatever it may be. And then the third thing from patterns goes, okay, with our patterns, it's going to help us tap into our potential. So with a negative pattern, we'll have more negative potential, positive, more positive potential. And then the potential we tap into, we'll focus on the action we take and then the results. So simply our belief, our patterns, our potential, our action, and our results are really a formula to be able to, really be able to focus on what is our belief so we can be able to maintain the right habits and patterns to get our right outcomes.
So I always hear especially when I doing my own personal development, I follow, many of the greats. And belief is always something that comes up. So how powerful is it for you to have the belief system?
It's everything. It's everything. It's really everything. It's like, you're in a position, I'm in a position, most business owners are in a position to really, the amount of money that you're going to make, the amount of success you're going to make in your business is really, especially your business, is really the amount of belief that you have in yourself. It's really a direct reflection of how much you believe in yourself.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So what happens is because what happens if you believe in yourself, if you really believe, okay, I'm a leader, I'm going to make this happen. This product is unbelievable. The company is amazing. If you truly believe all this stuff, you're going to go out there and make the phone calls, lead, go and tell, figure it out, find a way. So belief is simply everything. Everything.
And that ties into visualization as well. You have to visualize that you are already successful. You have to visualize that you are a gold consultant. You have to visualize that you're a platinum consultant, right? You have to believe it. And whatever you think in your brain, right, is definitely going to project out to the universe. So if you're thinking that you're not going to do well, then that's the kind of energy you're giving out to the universe. So what do you think type of energy you're going to get back?
100%. Yep. And and we've all done this too. And visualization is such a great distinction, Derrick. Such a great key is what happens. We've all done this. Anybody ever done this on the call where you thought you told somebody something, you thought you told somebody something so much that it was so real to you that you never told somebody something, or you thought you did something, you never did it, right?
Right.
So as we know, our brains, right, our thoughts are not who we are, right? So what happens by being able to picture stuff in our mind so much, our mind doesn't know the difference if it happened or didn't happen. So we really control our future basically on how our thoughts and our actions are today. So what we're thinking about today, what we're worrying about today, or what we're thinking about that we want in a positive visualization is what we're bringing about in the future. So I cannot stress enough how visualization is so important. And just daydreaming, just taking 5-10 minutes to daydream and think about the person that you want to be, how you want to feel, how you want to walk. Picture, yourself walking across stage and meeting the founder and getting the platinum award and the top shelf award, and picture that and feel that, with high intention, high belief, and high emotion to anything, you will be successful. High intention, high emotion, that's when things move.
High belief. I like that.
Yep. High belief, high emotion. So
I want to ask you a question. And family, you guys can type. If you have any questions, you guys can go ahead and type in the chat box as well. Something that you're thinking about, or maybe things that Scott and myself are talking about. Maybe you guys are thinking about something in your head. Go ahead and type a question in the chat box. We could go over those as well. I want to ask you, since you studied, with Tony Robbins and his teachings, what would be a good way to get rid of excuses in your head? Like saying you don't have enough time, or saying that, because I think, and we always say in network marketing is, what's your why in the business? But sometimes people have a why, but then that's the reason why they're not doing the business, is because of their why. So what are some things that maybe you can talk about that?
Oh, so how to get rid of the excuses, or how to get clear with the why? Get rid of excuses?
Both.
Okay, excuses. Well, first thing is we both know is to be honest with ourselves, right? So some people are not honest with themselves, so therefore some people aren't going to take the time to do the self-discovery to see what their excuses are. So what I have done with my buddies, we have done pretty cool things. So we have done a couple. So we do things to challenge each other. So what we've done games, and this could be a good game that you could probably do with a couple of your close friends or maybe the team members that know you very well. And the game is simply this: to be able to figure out what our excuses may be. The game is, start out nice. So what are two things that I know you for? Like, so let's say me and you spend a lot of time together, Derrick, we're buddies.
Okay.
And the first question would be, Derrick, what are two things that, I'd be asking you, what are two things you think about me that are really great? And where do you see me like in 5 years? Right. So you would answer like two good personality traits I have. Where do you see me in 5 years? And then the second question would be, what are two things that I could be doing better?
Oh, that's good.
Or what are two things that are missing? Or what are two things that could probably hold me back from really getting what I want?
That's good.
So I've done this with a couple of my buddies, and it's always fun to ask the other person, but it's never fun to hear their response, right?
Right.
They say, "What's wrong with you?" Right?
Right.
So number one, self-awareness. You got to recognize it, and sometimes you may think what's holding you back, it could be something different, but then when you get it, you'll know. When someone tells you what it is, and you'll know, like in your true self, you'll be like, "Oh, look at that feeling, it's you." So the best way to transform anything, and this is important, we have a system that we used to have with Tony. We kind of used to sell the system, but we don't now. But we do it part of our company. We have a system called Robbins Results System, and it's like a total immersion program. So to be able to get better results, there's really three major components to break through limiting beliefs. Number one is something that I think you do every single day, that most people on the call do, is called spaced repetition. Spaced repetition is where you're able to listen to positive words, listen to podcasts, listen to your training audios, read books every single day. So you're constantly feeding the mind, right? We all know you got to feed your mind often, right?
Right.
Second thing is what is called accountability. So having a coach, having a mentor, having somebody on the team, it's going to hold your feet to the fire. If you say you're going to make 10 calls today, you got to make 10 calls today, right? So someone to be able to hold you accountability, that's the second key to really get change. I have a coach. I have two coaches because I know for me personally, if I don't pay somebody, if I have a buddy who's accountable, I find myself, I slip a little bit. But if I'm paying somebody, I'm a little more invested. Right. So coaching's huge. And then the third way, which I think we do at a mastery level, is total immersion. So I tell everybody, if you're in business, if you're in sales, and you're not going to one personal growth event, like for 2 or 3 day immersion experience every year, you're wasting your time, because you have to be the best way to grow is to totally immerse yourself. If you want to learn Spanish, you want to learn how to do anything, you got to totally immerse yourself in it. So, we got our events, we got Landmark Education, which is a good event, Sci Seminar up in Northern California. There's tons of stuff up here that have great training. So total immersion. So that's the key. But the great thing about it, it's hard. It's work to change negative beliefs. But the great thing about it is once it starts to shift and you start to be able to change, some of your vocabulary changes, your thoughts change, your actions change, and everything starts to change. But it's work.
That's right. It's work.
As man, you've been doing the work. It's work.
Absolutely, that's work. And reflecting back, and I remember when I first joined Network Marketing 2012, November 16th. That was a day I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I just knew at that time in my life, I had to change in order for things to change.
Yep.
I had to make some changes in myself. And I just knew that the path that I was going down, I was in and out of court. I was doing a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. And that was the result of what the situation I was in at that time. But I'm so thankful for Ayla. She forced me into a meeting. I said, you know what? The first question I asked them was, do you guys do a background check? And they said no. And I was all in. Went to my first convention. After that, I was hooked because I seen regular people, just like all of us here on the line, that you know, have the same things going on in their life, and they were doing amazing things through network marketing, through personal development. And that's the way I look at network marketing, is a personal development course of
Yep.
your life, but along the way
Yep.
you get to get paid for being a better person, which is in my 5 years of network marketing, I told myself, if I just get the personal development side and I could work on me being a better person, that is truly everything. That is more than money to me in my eyes, because you know where I was 5 years ago, I'm so thankful to where I'm not, where I'm not in that same place, and I'm not in that same um, energy, if that makes sense, right?
Right.
So I want to touch in. There's actually a question here from Alicia.
Oh,
Um,
great.
so when you talk about, when you say break the habit of being you, what's the best way to start?
Well, like we said, awareness, really just super getting clear on what are your emotional patterns. So what happens are, we're most of our behavior, probably about over 90 to 95% of our behavior on a daily basis is unconditioned conditioned thoughts, conditioned patterns, conditioned behaviors. So past the age of 30, the emotions, the thoughts, the beliefs wire and fire so much it becomes so ingrained and becomes such a deep pattern. So really, to be able to just recognize what the belief is, through the space repetition, accountability, also immersion. And also affirmations are a great key too, because what you want to do is you want to figure out what the negative belief is. For example, my mother, it says it's too expensive. We don't have enough money. That's her belief system. People say I have no time. I'm too busy. You hear that one a lot, right? I have no time to grow the business. I'm
Right.
so busy. I have so much happening. The kids are in sports right now. I got work is busy. Blah blah blah. So what happens, that psychology, that belief, probably has been there for many many years. No time. I'm too busy. So for the affirmation, what you want to do is you want to be able to reconfirm, um, and be able to put it back more of a positive spin, such as it could be, I create my own time, or I manage my time well. I'm a master at managing time. I plan my day correctly. I watch my time. I get shit done, whatever it could be, right? So
Right.
it has that positive belief, and you got to be able to it has to be the opposite to be able to ingrain it. And then to ingrain it over time and telling ourselves about it, actions and emotions are able to be able to ingrain it faster. So, for example, if you said, most time you have no time to make calls, you said, okay, I'm going to master my time. I'm a master of time. I block off time. I find time. I make the calls. You celebrate it. That emotion takes the belief of I have time, and it gives you a reference to be able to help you refer back to it in the past or the future. So you keep on doing it over time. Over time, you're taking the ship and you're turning it around very slowly, but you can turn it around, right? It takes a lot of work, a lot of passion, a lot of intensity, and a little bit of fire in the belly to be able to make some changes in our life.
Right. And sometimes it it's being comfortable as well. If
Yeah.
you're just comfortable, the comfortability is one of the worst things. Because if you have a job, you know that you're getting your paycheck, you're coming home, and people, and I, even myself, sometimes I tell,
Yep. Oh,
I don't
yeah.
have time, but then again, I'm on the TV watching, watching TV, and
Right.
that's time. That's an hour a show or whatever you're watching, you know, that you could be putting into your business. Like Scott said, putting into a call. You could be calling people. You could be following up with people. We got another question. How do you overcome setbacks to keep motivation going for yourself?
Oh, that's a great one. I saw one pop up too. That's a great one. Setbacks. Well, I guess that the first thing is, we all have to realize that, they're going to happen, right? We're going to have challenges. We're going to have setbacks. We're going to have people that aren't going to be nice to us. We're going to have people that will leave our team. People that join other companies. This is going to happen as part of the business. So, we talk about how to be able to control our focus. So what happens for what happens for most people when they get set back or they get frustrated or disappointed or upset, they're usually focused on something that may not be at positive. They may focus on how bad it is. They may focus on the negative in the situation. So the key is to be able to change our focus is we have to ask ourselves a better question. So the way we control focus in a sales conversation or even with ourselves, our own thinking, is to ask ourselves a better question. So I think a good answer for her is to be able to figure out, okay, how can we be able to have a couple of positive questions, such as what's great about this? What can I learn from this? What's great from this experience? How can I do it better next time? Where we're not going to be able to go to the negative and beat ourselves up, but we're going to be able to take that question and reframe the negative situation to be able to take it to a learning experience. Because all we can do is learn, right? I mean, that's every failure, and even change your psychology, your language around that. Like there's no such things that what's it saying? There's no such things as failures, only learning experiences.
Yeah.
Right. So to change your psychology. So to answer a question, just figure out how to be able to maybe have some better questions to ask yourself, like what's great about this experience? What can I learn from it? How can I get better from it? And by doing that, when you feel bad, asking yourself a better question, you find positive answers. The idea is to change your emotional state and your feeling to feel better. Because it's just our emotions. We're feeling bad. We got setbacks, we got challenges. It's just our emotions getting the best of us at the time.
Right. And, there's a meme out there on Instagram or Facebook, with every setback, there's a great comeback. Right. And going through certain things, you're going to have to go through it. But also what I learned that you're going to have to grow through it. Right.
Nice. Yeah.
Go through it, grow through it. Make sure that you're learning something, just like Scott said. And he was on the same thinking. What I was thinking is, and that's part of personal development, because I was the same way. I always thought something that happened that it was, I'm not supposed to be doing this. And I would think negative, just like Scott was saying. But when you take that and turn it around, everything can change for you. Definitely.
Yep.
Okay, so how do you keep family from stealing your dreams? Ooh.
Oh, well, Tony says you love your family. You got to choose your peer group. So family, that's the fascinating one. And I can't say don't hang out with your family. Maybe be able to choose your time wisely with your family and other people that may hold you back or hold you down.
Right. And some of the times too, when you think someone's stealing your dreams, they're just really protecting you, because they want to, they love you. So they want to protect you. Just like my mom.
Oh yeah.
When I first got started, she's like, I don't know. Are you sure? Do you sure you want to just go get a job? And but she's not really stealing my dream. She's just being protective, because they love.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. My mother tells me I should go get a job teaching.
Right. That's what you do now. You teach, you help people, you serve.
Yeah. I'm like, Mom, I make way more money than the teachers do.
What's a good one too, Felicia, is that dream that you have, make it a reality, and then they could see it.
Yeah. There's nothing better than I told you so, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Make them into a believer. Okay, so Scott, I want to ask you, what throughout your experience and traveling the world, going everywhere, having the coaches and mentors you have in your life, what are some of the greatest lessons that you have learned? Like, what are some of the most greatest ones that that can really help someone today? We have 50 people on the line. Even if it could just help one person, what would the greatest lessons that you've learned that you could let someone know?
Oh man. Well, it's really about faith, I think, having that faith in ourselves or that belief in ourselves. I mean, really having the faith that, if you have the right intention, you come with the right intention, and you come from a place of service and come from a place of giving value, and I think people get caught up sometimes with not having money or not being successful. It means they don't give enough value. So, you know, it's just having that faith that it's going to all work out. If this person's not become a client, don't get mad. Don't beat yourself up. Don't get frustrated. Just have the belief that the right person around the corner might be a better person for you and your business. It's like the old saying in network marketing, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, right?
Yeah.
So you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. So, you know, be easy on yourself. Some people beat themselves up too much. Have a faith. My formula for me, which works for me, is I invest in myself. So I invest in myself. I know if I need to grow or something I need to change or something I want to become better, I go to a course. Be it in California, be it in the United States, we have, you know, courses, events almost every weekend for people to learn from. I go to events that are really, really great. I go to events that are not really, really great at all. But I'm always looking for like that one learning experience I can take and be able to put into my life. So I guess the words of wisdom is be a lifelong learner. You know, hang out with people that are playing a bigger game than you. Understand that you bring value. Some people don't want to hang out with people that are bigger game because you don't think the value that you bring is there. But I understand you do bring value. You know, meditate. I'm a big meditator. Meditation is good for me. You know, and it really helps me to go back to the one. How do you set up setbacks? It really, I see a difference. I don't know if this is a metaphysical side of me, but you know, I see a difference in my days when I meditate and don't meditate. It's glaring. And I'm where you are right now, Derrick, where I'm looking for like the 2-degree shift. Like, how can I make little things to get huge results?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's funny you talk about meditating because me and Ayla, we started probably a few weeks ago, and it's still a work in progress, right?
Yep.
We have the rituals that we do every single morning, and it's the same thing what you were talking about. But
nice.
I was trying to find out what way that we can incorporate the meditating part in the morning, right? So I looked up, you know, I typed in meditation, and Deepak Chopra popped up.
Yep, of course. Yep.
One of the greats. He was on Oprah, and I watch Super Soul sessions with Oprah and them. But that's part, and that right there, watching YouTube, and I kind of switch. What I do is not watch TV. I more watch YouTube as my personal development. But going back on the meditation is you need time for yourself. Right. That's kind of like your me time. And then in the morning when you're, because you said you do it in the morning, right? So do you feel that it's more, I guess it's more helpful in the morning because then you can impact you and you could go out and go out for the day?
Yeah. So my routine is I go to the gym, come back, shower, shave, and after the shave, I meditate. So that's kind of my routine. So it's just kind of the way it works out for me. Oh, excuse me. I feel like I just feel after my workout and after I shower, I feel more aware and more clarity. So it works well for me. And then I have like a certain chair I go in and it's in the sun. So it's like perfect. So it's about creating that routine, whatever works for you. Some people like to meditate first thing in the morning. Somebody like to do it, you know, in the middle of the day. It's really creating that routine for you that works for you. Right. And your daily routine.
And, you know, me and Ayla are still working on it. And before, I used to think it was just some corny stuff like meditate, like what, you know, like I never, because I just wasn't educated about it. But success leaves clues. And if there's a reason why millionaires and billionaires and people that are famous and they're making all this money and having tons of success and helping thousands of people, they meditate. So
Jerry Steinfeld's been meditating for 30 years. Howard Stern's been meditating.
Right. I think Jerry Steinfeld hasn't missed a day for 30 years. I just heard something about that. He has not missed one day for meditating.
Oprah has been meditating for 20 years now, you know, so the list goes on and on. It's pretty awesome. Hey, I know you got to run here in a few minutes, but I wanted to say real quick, I know there, just to let you guys know, we do events with Tony. Tony's been doing these events for 38 years, live events. That's where he's really in his zen. He makes about 90% of his money through his business. He has 33 businesses he owns, but this is like his passion. And he is on the path where he's actually going to be doing this for about maybe 2 to 3 more years because he'll be 60 here soon. He's doing it. And he's losing his voice. So we do have events coming up here March 15th in San Jose then I know a couple, the team from Evolution was talking about going to Chicago for July 12th as well. So we have some really cool events that can really truly help, people break through the belief that maybe help maybe stopping them from their goals.
Hey Scott, where can they go? Like he said, there's an event here in San Jose, California. I know we have a lot of people that are on here from the Bay Area. San Jose, that is March
15th through 18th.
Right, and we know that some of us are going to the Evolution Cruise
Yep.
During that week. But if you are available, there are still some seats available. You're actually going to be able to get a discount. What's a link? I can send them, and someone could type it in the chat box, Scott.
We have the link is the online link is going to be a little more expensive than what we do.
Okay.
So let me just give you my email. How about that?
Okay,
Scott, SCOTT.
SCOTT.
Dot Goss, GASS at TonyRobbins.com.
At Tony. Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
you just typed so fast. I was typing the same.
Yeah, she got it. Boom. She's probably. I think she's seen it before. She had a little bit of a.
And she typed in all the other stuff above it.
She's on it.
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, it's really a cool event. I think everybody should do it once in their life. It's not for everybody, but I think everybody should give it one shot. We do money back guarantee around the program. And at the end of the day, man, you grow. That's a cool thing about immersion events. You take 3 years of personal growth and you put it in 3 days. So you compress time by doing events like that.
Right. And how powerful that is. We actually got the chance to see Tony Robbins in our very first company, and he did a training. It was only supposed to be 2 hours, but he was so fired up. He stayed an extra hour and a half. So he did close to 4 hours. Training, and the energy was so intense in that room. There was not one person sitting down in that stadium, and it was ridiculous.
Wow.
So, if you guys haven't seen I Am Not Your Guru, definitely go watch I Am Not Your Guru on Netflix, and you just imagine the energy that you're going to feel in a live event. Like, you can watch it online, you can watch it on Netflix, but it won't be the same. You have to feel the energy of the people around you. And it's a great piece to go there and network with people, because people there are, got a positive mindset, and they're definitely networking out there. So there's a few people actually that says it is worth every penny. I've been to 3 of his events as a salesperson, and it is great. Awesome, Paulette. I was there in Atlantic City. So we have people that have been to a Tony Robbins event, and you guys know how powerful it is. The Chicago event is, one more time, they could just send you the email and get the information for the Chicago event.
We have, we have payment plans for Chicago now, which is really cool. We got kind of discounted tickets and upgrades. So yes, July 12th through the 15th in Chicago. Is going to be at the where the basketball team plays. The center, where the Bulls play. Met Center. Is it Met Center?
I know it's the Chicago.
It's right downtown. It's an awesome location. It's right downtown Chicago. Yeah.
So awesome. So thank you guys so much for your time. Scott, do you have any closing words for anyone? For 2018, what is some, something that you could give someone for 2018 so this can be their best year yet?
There's 3 things that if you improve upon, if you improve upon your strategies, right? So your strategies can be on how you talk to people, how you follow up, how you manage your time, you'll get better results. Second thing, if you improve your emotions, right, you'll get better results. Third thing, if you improve your psychology, you'll get better results. But, I think what I've really found too is about thinking in abundance. I think a lot of people today, and it shows up, if you think in scarcity in your business, people can tell this sales a big deal for you, right? So what happens is really think in abundance. And I think so many people I see today who struggle financially and they shouldn't be doing it. And it's just because of their psychology. And the book I'm reading now is called Principles by Ray Dalio. And he says that he's a billionaire investor, one of the greatest investors of our time. He says money is energy. Always you got to keep money in it going. And some people, what they do with a scarce mindset around money, they keep that money in the bank and they hold on to it so tight. And it's in a scarce, not moving energy. So what happens, my belief is, if you think in abundance and you act in abundance by being able to give big tips, buy good food, buy Nice, not a lot of nice clothes. I like to have nice clothes, but not a lot, right? Sensible, nice clothes, but good, nice stuff, right? Get a haircut, do your nails, do good stuff for yourself. Live abundantly, think abundantly, act abundantly. You will be abundant. So I think that's probably the number one money tip I could give for 2018 is to think abundant and act abundantly, and it will come. It's all energy. It comes back.
Awesome. Good stuff. Principles by Ray Dalio is so crazy you brought that book up. I seen it a couple weeks ago at Barnes & Noble's, and I did not pick it up because I seen it because I watched the Tony Robbins and Ray Dalio interview.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm
That's
now,
good.
since you brought it up, I have to go get it. I got to get it on audio book as well. So, Scott, I really, really appreciate your time. Definitely, if you guys are in the Bay Area, we are working out some things on March 3rd, this Saturday. We're trying to get Scott there in person. So we're working out the times. If you guys are going to be there in the Bay Area, definitely you get a chance to meet him and talk with Scott in person March 3rd. Emeryville is where we're going to be at. Everyone, please clap it up for Mr. Scott. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Derrick. Thanks, team. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And also, I remember on it was Sunday or Saturday. Let's congratulate Scott. He is actually going to be part of the Evolution Travel family.
Hey.
Big round of applause.
Yeah, for sure.
So much, Scott. We appreciate you very much. And everyone have a great night. We're going to log off here. If you guys want to invite your guests now to the Zoom webinar, same thing, zoom.us. Meeting ID number is 925-640-6165. I know Felicia's probably typing it. And you'll just change the Zoom number, go over there. Get your guest on, and if you want to learn the presentation, we will be on there. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Scott. Everyone have a wonderful evening. God bless and good night.
Thank you.